Yo, what's up YouTube? I am back with another video. If you're new to the platform, I wanna welcome you. Welcome to the family. At the end of this video, hope you're going to like, comment, and subscribe. I also ask you to subscribe on my second channel. A link is down below in the description. You can click that link, go there and show me some love. I'll be grateful for that. Now, without further ado, let's get into it.
A girl posted a video about how we are in a single epidemic, like an overwhelmingly large amount of people who are single. Yet everyone seems to be looking for love. And I'd like to add my 2 cents as to why I think that is. I think it's 3 main things. I think one, everything has to be social media approved now. It's not enough for you to find somebody that makes you happy. You also have to find someone that is going to put you in a relationship where you're able to brag about it all on social media. And that's not helpful. 2, the idea that there is going to be this perfect person who completely understands you upon meeting them, and you won't have to communicate the way that you want to be treated, and you won't have to have these tough conversations, and everything will just work out perfectly. That's not helpful. And then 3, which I think is like probably the most deadly, and something that I myself am very guilty of, is that we have gotten so far into like encouraging everyone to be independent and be happy on your own, which is important. I say it all the time. It is very important. But I think that we're kind of in a point where we've overcorrected. Like, you keep seeing this rhetoric of like, oh, you don't owe people this, you don't owe people that, like, you don't have to put up with that. And I think that you guys are missing the fact that, like, when you are in a relationship with someone, even if it's not romantic, even in a friendship, there are going to be aspects of this relationship that are not necessarily pleasant all the time. And the solution can't always be, well, never mind, I'm just going to be single. I'm just going to be by myself. Or let's just go no contact. Let's just not even be friends anymore. That's not the solution. Everything cannot be solved by, oh, I'll just be by myself and let's just not do this anymore. That's not how you stay in a relationship. Yes, you do need to be independent. Yes, you need to get to a place where you are happy on your own. But if you want to be in a relationship, it is going to come with tough decisions, and decisions that will come where you could make the choice to say, I'm just going to be single. Let's just not try anymore. Or you could compromise and be patient and be forgiving. Like, being in a relationship of any sort, again, not even romantic, being in any sort of relationship is going to cause you to have some sort of a conflict. And you can't solve conflict if your very first or last answer is to just say, let's forget it. Let's just split up. That's not how you stay together. I'm glad and I'm grateful that society, and women specifically, really women, have moved past a point of needing to be in a relationship because, like, if you weren't attached to a man, then you could not provide for yourself. I'm glad for that. But the reason why your grandparents and all of them stayed together was because they had to stay together and they didn't have any choice. And that it's great that we're not in that anymore. But I do think in order to maintain a long-term partnership, especially with someone you want to be with for the absolute rest of your life, you do need to have a mindset of like, okay, I'm going to be in this. Like, leaving actually is not an option. Like, I'm going to stay and I'm going to make this relationship the best that I can make it, because that's what I committed to. That's what I decided to do. And leaving and being by myself is not an option. But when everybody is so quick to say, let's just give up, throw my hands up and walk away, you can't stay together that way. That doesn't make any sense. And again, this is something that I'm guilty of. I've talked about this multiple times. Like, I'm the very first person to throw my hands up and say, just don't call me no more. Leave me alone. But again, that's not how you stay in a relationship. And I think that a lot of us are at that place, both men and women, where we have decided it's easier to just be by myself. And yes, it is easier in a lot of ways for you to be by yourself, but that doesn't mean that that is the answer, especially since there's only so much growing and self-development and healing that you can do when you're by yourself. Once you get to a certain point, you need someone there to reflect you back to you. You need someone to show you your shortcomings. You need somebody to show you the things in you that still need to be healed. So being single and being alone and just giving up on having relationships as soon as they get tough is not the answer. And I really do think that is why we're in such an epidemic.
They had a lot to say, but her main point is, back in the day, people, they were getting married, being in a serious relationship because they had no choice. They had to do so, But now, in the modern world, we have choices. We can get married or not, and everything will be fine. I can understand why she came to that conclusion, because in these modern days, majority of these kids, they're being raised by single mothers, single fathers. There's no union, no morals anymore in this modern world. So why caring? And we see historically, women are the one destroyed that union. Are the one destroyed it, and they continue to do so until these women, they have to take a step and take a change. Are the one they have to end it. Because I believe everyone want to have a family, want to get married. It's a good thing. But if one side want to make profit out of it, exploiting the other part, nothing will work. She came to this conclusion because she saw there's no one want to step up on her life. Everything she tried just end up failing. She can't keep no man. Do you want to tell me since she was born until now, she never been in a relationship? She did, and they end up failing. So she was like, no man, maybe this relationship thing, marriage thing was just back in the days, and those people, they had nothing to do because maybe, lack of technology. They see, we all know, back in the day what was happening compared to now. So now they see they can have money, they are free. So maybe they don't need it, but deep on their heart, they see they need it.
Women have the final say, because realistically, I always say right now, if I get pregnant for someone that I am not married to, Father forgive me, but we know what I want, because I'm not having another kid.
But if you have it, that means you wanted it.
No, absolutely. And then, and so...
Can I ask you a question?
Wait,
if women can have an abortion based upon that, and they don't care about men's feelings, don't you think men should be able to have a financial abortion? Hold on a second. If you can hold on a second. If I want a child, if I get you pregnant and I want the child and you don't want the child, based upon wherever in your life, you just said you're going to do what you have to go and do, abort the mission, I
didn't say abort the mission. I said we're going to talk to
You're going to abort the mission, okay? But guess what? You don't care about my feelings. You don't care that I may have wanted to be a father. You don't care, innit, So you abort the mission, cool, innit, But then, let's say I don't want the child and you want the child, Hold on a second, wait, hold on a second.
Wait, because if you don't want the child, should you be allowed to step back?
No, I'm saying something. I'm showing the hypocrite. I'm saying, well, there's a lot of men, I may have wanted a child. You don't know. I may have had a child with a girl and she may have got pregnant. I may have wanted it. I'm not saying I wanted it, but it could have happened, right? And she could have aborted that child, had no say in it. So therefore, don't you think that men should be able to have financial abortion? If a woman has the right to choose, my body, my choice, don't you think the man should be my wallet, my choice?
So, okay, cool. Perfect. I've had this conversation with someone before. She had a child. The guy told her from the jump, I don't want this kid. If you keep this kid, I'm not going to be involved. She decided to keep the kid. When the child was born, he maintained. He has stood 10 toes on what he said. And I have said to her, whilst I still think he's a waste man. Because that's his blood. Aside from her, that's your bloodline. Aside from however you feel about your baby mom, it will never change the fact that that's your bloodline. So that's fine. I still agree that he said from the beginning that's what he didn't want.
There's a certain amount,
that doesn't take away the fact that I still feel like he's
there's
waste.
a certain amount of attachment that men get to women
to the baby.
So I want you guys to understand, like, stop putting semen and bus and you trying to think that means something. A man bus inside of you, he does not attach that to the child. Okay? I want you to understand this. Now, traditionally, having a child outside of wedlock, they would have called you a whore, they would have called those kids bastards. This is what it is, and this is what it's still called now. That's what I grew up to, right? Okay, cool. So what we're doing right now is we're calling people baby mamas, single mothers, but people could be saying a lot worse, but we're not doing that. What you want to do is this. I'll be honest with women. Marriage protects women, okay? Because you guys initiate divorce and, you get most of everything. The kids go with you and, suicide rates and men's depression, all these things, right? So if you want to be protected, what women, you don't want child support, you want spousal support and alimony. The problem is you become baby moms, not you per se, but I'm saying they become baby. Having a child with someone is equal to being married to them. It's the same thing, okay? It's the exact same thing. In actual fact, you're connected straight away. So if you're willing to give a man a child, you might as well secure the ring, because if you decide to leave, at least now he has to pay for you. What you're doing is you're finessing yourself out of what was actually good. Now you're getting child support. Child support don't mean nothing. That's a couple bills. That's not going to change your life. And if your man is self-employed, just forget about that. You're unemployed. You know what I mean? So why I try to put onus on the woman is because I look at women. Women are the prize. Women have always been the prize. But you don't become the prize when you allow bare man to start unwrapping the prize and passing it around.
This is getting awkward, So women, they have the right to choose either they want to keep a child or not. And this doesn't matter. she can give birth, but she can decide she want to adopt that child. She want to give away that child, and she will do so even if you're there. So you see, like, men have no control about that, and I think that's not a fair deal, because why exploiting other side? Why taking away the right to choose, from other side? This is not good for real. So this is why some of these women, they're using it as an opportunity. They can trap you with pregnancy, getting that child support, as he was saying. And again, they can take away the right for you to have a child. So they dictate on that. And yet at the same time, they still dictate about your finances. So they can decide, hey, you have to take care of the child or you don't. You see? So as a man, you're just there. You just follow. So nowadays, men, they are not leaders. They cannot decide. They're just waiting, for these women to decide what's going to happen. And that's where society ended up failing. For real. And also he was saying, like, women are the prize. Men, do you believe women are the prize? Let me know in the comment section. Do you believe that?